Hello, good evening, welcome to a new vlog. Tonight I'm at Curbar Edge. I'm waiting for another sunset, only this time I'm in the company of the erstwhile Craig Yates, photography's answer to insomnia, and I'm hoping to catch a sunset. I didn't get one the other night, and I'll be perfectly frank with you, I don't think I'm going to get one tonight. This was his idea because he didn't want to get up in the morning and do proper photography. So yeah, Curbar Edge, lovely. Baslow Edge over there with the hairy cows, which is 10 times better. It's actually got woodland as well, which just doesn't have any woodland. Well, it does, but it's all at the bottom of the edge here. Anyway, so I'm rubbish at rock shots, or at least I'm not great. I take like 50 shots and maybe one or two not all right. I don't know what it is. I think it's just not my vibe, but I'm going to give it a go. We've got a bit of the old rays coming down. I don't know if the Pocket 3 is picking up. I've not got my ND filter on tonight. But there's some interesting shafts of light. Well, it's not really shafts of light because that would be good to photograph. It's just a band of very mild, very weak rays, so that's not so cool. What else we got? I bought Massive Bastard with me just in case any deer show up, which would be interesting, and they would appear coming from over there. That way is White Edge. So yeah, all to play for, I guess. We're going to sit around here and chew the fat for a bit. I'm really miserable because I'm not very well. I've got poorly throat, bit of a muzzy head. Yeah, I know. Now, to help with my endeavours in making, photography something I can actually afford to do, you may notice, maybe not there now, I don't know, but I've got a few t-shirts. They're up for grabs. I wish I could do them cheaper, but trust me, I'm on like the minimum amount of profit I can do from the service I'm using. And as soon as I can find a local printer to do them, I will get the same t-shirts out at a lower price. But if you want to support the channel by buying a bit of merch and you've got absolutely no self-esteem, then get yourself a t-shirt. There's two at the moment to choose from. Here's my incredible camera wanker t-shirt, and there's also Can't Be Arsed mug and t-shirt. Also, I'm in full merch mode now. I've got a book coming out. It's on Kickstarter right now. It's Eddie Skelson, Peak District photographer, and it's some of my favorite shots from the last few years of exploring, discovering and embracing the Peak District, which I love. I think these shots are really pretty, and some of them have got some stories to them. So it's mostly going to be pictures and mostly going to be my compositions, but I will also, because I'm hoping it's going to be photographers as well as normal people that will want to take a look at it. And so there'll be a little bit of information about the where, the how and the when, and you might find it interesting. So it's a hardcover book. I won't be doing any more of this version, so I suppose it's limited, if that means anything. And yeah, Kickstarter, I'll put the links below. Craig's setting up a shot. He's going to try and, I might as well show you, spoiler if my video goes up first, switch it down. He's excited about the light dropping down over the hills there. You might be too. I'm not going to knock it. Personally, not interested. It just does nothing for me. I did state that if the light came into the valley there, but I don't think it will, then maybe I'd do something with it. Anyway, so I'm going to, while he's piffling, I'm going to have a go of a shot. Let me show you the shot that's behind me with that rock there. I may have to change lens for this. So, okay, pretty straightforward. Got a line up. I've kept this to the right because, to be honest, that's naturally how it falls in the land. Then we've got a nice sort of central point of interest there. It drops down into a very, very green valley. There is a little break up, little patches of different colour from the odd big house that's down there. And then I'm going to have to bracket the sky because this is very bright, and the only way I'm going to get that cloud formation up there, which is at best okay, is through bracketing. So unfortunately I've got to do that. I'm going to try it with a 24-105 first, probably at about f11, because there's still plenty of light to play with, so I can pretty much pick the settings I want. ISO is really low, as it should be, and yeah, there you go. But I'll probably switch to 70 to 200, just to get in that little bit tighter and really make something of the rock, rather than just being something in the distance and that road commanding the view. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to crack on with that. We spent so much time talking to each other, we haven't actually done any filming. So, okay, we're just taking a walk down the edge. You may have seen on previous vlogs, or a previous vlog, I came down this way, came around White Edge. I think I was with my mate Johnny that time. It was cold, and there was no beautiful green like there is now. Quite moody actually, and we photographed the deer. We saw the deer that day, first time I'd seen him here. Well, not first time I'd seen him here, but first time I'd seen him with a camera. Can't see any now. But yeah, we're just sort of waiting on this light, and what we may do, there's some silver birch. I mentioned to Craig there's silver birch down there, little clumps of them, so they're quite interesting because they can be isolated or maybe caught in a wider angle with a bit of ground around them. So there's potential, but the idea is if we do, say, half an hour here, we can start walking back up this way, and golden hour will kick in, and then we will then start to see what the light's going to do. So sorry, it's a little bit pedestrian right now, isn't it? But that's the way it goes. That is the way the cookie crumbles. So serious landscape photographers that we are, Craig spotted 2 hot air balloons miles away, and they are really high in the sky, like super high into the clouds. So I put massive bastard on just to see if they were hot air balloons, and they are. And now I'm trying to film them. It's just so pointless. I'm filming them with the off. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Now you might hear Craig rattling in the background, so I'm keeping my voice down a bit, but the sun has just broke through the clouds. It's still quite high up, but it is casting some terrific shadows on the valley area. So this is what we were talking about earlier, about trying to find patches or just sections of it that look great. So we've got some good shadows. I've taken a few shots already, which is why I've got time to waffle. But this is why it's good to sort of marker where you think is going to be interesting. So I remember that bunch of trees up there. I remember that valley I was running out, that had looked in a good light. So, you know, sloping hill coming down that way into this clump of trees is quite nice. So it doesn't mean they're all going to work, of course, but I've taken shots of each. And the other thing I thought about is, because we're quite hot, it's okay, but I want to try and get these rocks in the front in as well. I don't know if that might be a bit much because they'll be very strong. But it'll just break up a little bit and maybe give me some thirds to work with, which, you know, can't fault that. Nothing over the far side, just over that way towards Baslow. There's nothing, I'm not seeing anything there. If anything, I'm interested to see how this flat area ahead of there is going to look. If the light strikes it low, will those trees cast shadows? Perhaps. I don't know. I just don't know. It could be interesting. So I'll keep an eye out for that as well. Anyway, back to the camera, see if I can get some more shots. Okay, it's point and click time. So I've got the trusty little point and click Canon. I'm going to see if I can take a banging shot with a crappy camera. and you've got to do this as well, Craig, at some point. So Canon Nixon shot coming up now. Just had a bit of fun with the Canon Ixus. Oh, nearly went then. And the sun, yeah, I don't know how this is going to show it. It's going to be so bright. But there's not just the hill now. There is a band of cloud. And the sun's going to drop behind it. I think that'll be game over, to be honest, for at least till after the sun has properly dropped. And then maybe we'll get some afterglow, maybe. But are you feeling that? Feeling afterglow? I'm not. Then again, I'm still feeling a bit shite, so I'll probably just not thinking anything's good. It's absolutely beautiful here, by the way, tonight. It's cool now. It's cooled down a lot. But yeah, it's been really nice just sitting watching little birds flutter around. All the bracken and fern swaying in this breeze, the sun catching the tips of it. It's delightful. You should come out here. It's super easy to get to. Down this end, not so good for poorly legs, unfortunately. There is a trail, but it's rough. The weather cuts into it, so it's super rough. There's a car park, which I refused to pay for, but Craig paid for it because he's soft. And sometimes I have like a little T-van as well, I believe. And then you've got Baslow Edge the other side. So Curbar Edge, definitely put it on your list. Baslow Edge, Curbar Edge, you can do both in the morning and really, get some great views, lovely walk, wonderful scenery. The Peak District will supply the environment for you, the weather. It's going to be nice. You should definitely do this. Right, it's definitely getting to the point where it's going to go behind the cloud now. So I'm going to go back to the camera and just try and get the last few shots. Sun's dropped down now. So we are going to hang around just to see if we get any kind of golden light that we can work with. But one of the problems here, unless you move further up, is there's not really any foreground to take advantage of that. So swing it around. But there is some nice orangey colour going on in the valleys ahead. So I'm just kind of sticking around to see what that turns into. I'm not great with this kind of shot, epic key, wide lens. It's not my thing. I like close stuff, but I do see that there could be something interesting going on there with the layers in the hills, because there's a bit of haze and you can make out, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, like sort of 5 hill banks, hillsides, and then the orange colour is picking up as the sun, I don't know if it shows it on here, as it drops. It's quite nice. It is golden, but it just hasn't lit the whole sky up. But them's the breaks. It's getting a little bit hazy all around us, actually. So anyway, I'll take this shot, and if it works, I'll post it up. If it doesn't, consider this the end. Thanks for coming along. Craig and I are just discussing what the next Icon of the Peaks collab is going to be. I think that'll be the next time we meet up. Thanks for coming along. Hello to all you new people. Love getting new subscribers, obviously. If you're interested in the book, the link will be below. T-shirts, if you just fancy it. Come on, all the cool guys are getting them. And I'll see you for the next one. I'm quite pleased with that. This probably won't. And then bring the next one.